welcome to week 11 of half marathon training. This is our last week of real training before race week, which is very exciting, and I'm both excited to be done with this half marathon training block and kind of a little bit sad. I realize we haven't been caught up on our competitors, so I am running this race with 3 other people. They are different levels of racing skills and abilities, but they're all boys, so I was pretty convinced that I was going to be in last place at the start of this training block, but things are kind of looking up. Things have shifted, so our first competitor is probably going to win by a long shot. He goes out and does casual runs and says they're like 8:30 to 8:45, and he's in like 140 BPM the whole time, so he is very clearly first unless something wild happens. And then there's also a guy who had not been training, was going to train for the 12 weeks and just straight up stopped. So I think I have a chance of beating him. And our last one is the one I think will be the real competition. So we're about, I think, the same skill level. He was at first aiming for a sub-2-hour, and now after running a half marathon is now thinking, what did we decide? I think like 205 to 210, which I think is around where I'll be, so that should be fun. So not as blown out of the water as I was expecting, but there is still a chance for them, and they could all be lying to me right now, and they're all gonna go out and run some crazy half marathon pace, but I think I won't totally embarrass myself. So that leads us to this week of training. Nothing really exciting happening this week, work-wise or life-wise. Our big drama right now is if it will rain on race day, but right now we're 2 days out to being able to see the weather for race day, but it's supposed to rain all week next week, with Friday not raining. This week will be 2 recovery runs. There is an 8-mile long run, and then just kind of a short little tempo run. I think it's 2 miles. I'm planning on doing, as of right now, the run club run. I think it's supposed to be a 10K this weekend, so 6.2 miles, and my long run is scheduled for 8 miles. I might just call 6.2 good. I might run around a little bit extra. That remains to be seen, but overall I think it's going to be a good week this week. I've been very tired, so I need to get back on my sleep schedule. So today's run will be our 3-mile recovery run, and it's going to be indoors on the treadmill, just nice and relaxed. Full recovery mode, get back into running after taking 4 days off, so let's go do it. It is interval run today. If Can't Be Bothered was a person, it's me today. I have zero motivation to do this run. I think I'm either getting sick or have some pretty bad allergies happening. I'm gonna attempt to use some Flonase and see if that helps. But I've just had like so much congestion in my head, and all I wanna do is sleep. Today's run is going to be an interval run. It is a mile warm up and a mile cool down, and then 3 rounds of 800 meters at, I think it's an 8:10 to 8:20 pace, and then a 400 meter jog. It sounds simple. I've done 3 miles, 4 miles tempo runs at a 8:10, 8:20, 8:30 pace, so half mile should be easy. Our only problem is the fact that I have not done a tempo or interval run this is week 3. So I took the last 2 weeks off of doing tempo or interval runs, so I think I might be in a world of hurt later today, but I'm gonna get out there. It's a beautiful day today. It's been rainy and sad for the past little while. It looks great outside. There's actually a UV of 5, which is ridiculous right now. So I'm excited. I know I'll have fun once I'm out there, but the thought of getting out there is continuing to be the problem. So let us go do, I think, our last interval. Tastes like honey, call me hurricane. Waking up to the sun when I'm out again. I didn't let it change. All right, it is Sunday. It's long run day. It's a bit dark in here because of the time change. So it turns out I should not be allowed at all to make plans that do not line up with my running schedule. So in my head, this was going to be a 6.2 mile run because we're trying on new shoes today and doing like a demo run. Well, it turns out I found out this morning that I'm getting my 2 demo runs mixed up, and this is just going to be a 5-mile run. My training plan says do an 8-mile long run today, so I've missed that, and I can't really picture myself running 5 miles, taking those shoes off, coming home, putting on other shoes, and going out to run 3 more miles. So I'll probably just end it at the 5 miles. I've done my long runs. I know I can do it. It's a taper week this week. I know I can do the 13. It's just the process of how fast will it be. So we're changing our long run this week to a 5-mile, and I'm gonna be okay with it. In the end, the time really doesn't matter. It's just I'd like to beat some of my friends. So I'm gonna eat some breakfast and drink my coffee, get dressed, have fun on this demo run and not take it too seriously. Hopefully the shoes are comfortable and I like them because I'm quite sick of my current shoes. They're not as comfortable as last year's version, and so I'm kind of just counting down the days until I can be done with them. So if these ones are comfortable and I like them, they might be on the top of my list to purchase once I get all my miles out of these current ones. So hopefully they work out and we'll go find out. So let's go. Unlock the giants, I'm too young for dying. I fight with defiance, all defeated when I'm flying, defeated when I'm flying. It is the end of week 11 and I've officially completed our taper week. And I took taper week very seriously in the fact that I didn't do all the runs I was supposed to, but that's okay. I will do a quick follow-up on the demo run I did yesterday. So Sunday it was with On Running and they did try-ons of the Cloud Surfer 2. It was pretty cool. It's fun to run in new shoes. I've only ever run in my current running shoes and then the previous year's version of them. So trying out a different pair was really fun. I will say I probably won't purchase them. They're very firm and I don't really appreciate that. I like the cush. I don't know if it's better for me or not, but just personal preference. But I will say even with the firmness, I did run quite a few PRs and I ended up doing an 8:53-ish per mile, 5-mile run, which for me is very impressive. And I would love if I could go out and do that on half marathon day, but I think there's a possibility because I was running with a guy and for a while we were running next to each other and then he started running behind me. And so I was trying to keep up my pace, which ended up working. And then in the end, he did end up just completely passing me and running away with it, but that is not the point. Next week is race week and I have a couple things planned just to try and help me feel my best for race day and not be starving or very thirsty. So we'll be implementing those this week. I will see you guys all next week for the race week vlog, including race day. So we will see if I can hit under 2-hour half marathon. See you then.